All right, let's get right into it. We're going to tackle a massive question that a lot of dev teams are wrestling with right now. What is the actual difference between the AI in Azure DevOps and the AI in GitHub? And trust me, it goes way deeper than you think. It's actually creating this huge divide in how we're all going to build software from now on.
So let's really unpack this. We've all seen AI that can finish a line of code for us, right? That's cool. But what about an AI that actually understands your entire project? I mean, really gets it. An AI that can reason about why the code exists, plan out complex changes, and basically act like another member of your team? That's the real difference we're digging into today.
You see, we've officially entered what people are calling the Agentic era of DevOps. For so long, AI was just about automating boring, repetitive stuff. But now, it's becoming an agent, a system that you can give a goal to, and it will figure out the plan and then actually go and do it. It's a whole new ballgame.
And this leap forward, it's not just some minor update. It's a fundamental shift in architecture. We're moving way past simple code suggestions and into this really powerful new idea called repository intelligence. And if you want to understand the whole Azure DevOps versus GitHub thing, you have to understand this concept.
So, what is this great divide I'm talking about? Well, it's not about which tool has a prettier UI or a few extra features. It's all about the architecture underneath. The big question is, where does the AI's brain actually live? Where does it do its thinking?
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On one hand, you've got client-side intelligence. This means the AI lives right there in your code editor on your laptop. Its knowledge of your project is temporary. The second you close your editor, poof, it's gone. But on the other hand, you have server-side intelligence. Here, the AI's brain is in the cloud, and it's always on, constantly learning from the entire repository. It's available to everyone on the team 24/7. That's a huge difference.
And this powerful server-side model is what we mean when we say repository intelligence. It's the AI's ability to basically absorb everything about your project, all the code, the history, the pull request discussions, everything. So it can perform tasks that require real, genuine understanding.
So how does it pull this off? Well, it's not magic. It's a stack of technologies. First, you have vector indexing, which helps the AI understand the actual meaning behind your code, not just the keywords. Then, a knowledge graph maps out the entire structure, how every file and function connects. And finally, historical reasoning digs through old commits and discussions to figure out the intent, the why behind the code. Put these together, and you get an AI that can actually start to think like a senior developer.
Okay, so here's the deal. Microsoft has made a very clear, very strategic decision. They have decided that GitHub is going to be the exclusive home for this server-side AI brain. All the coolest, most advanced agent-like AI features, they're being built natively right into the GitHub platform. Let's look at 3 killer examples of what this actually looks like in practice. You've got Copilot Workspace, which is basically an AI planner. Then there's Copilot Enterprise, which turns your codebase into a searchable knowledge base, and Copilot Autofix, which acts like a dedicated security agent. First up, Copilot Workspace. And wow, this thing is a massive leap beyond just chatting with an AI. It basically automates all the hard thinking you have to do when you start a new feature or fix a bug. You give it an issue, and it does the initial cognitive heavy lifting for you. So check out how this works. The AI reads the issue from your backlog. Then, it generates a full spec and a detailed step-by-step plan for how it's going to build it. You, the human, just review the plan. If you like it, you give it the thumbs up, and boom, it generates all the code across all the different files it needs to touch. Your job completely changes from being a typist to being an architect and a reviewer. It's incredible.
And if you're wondering if this stuff actually works in the real world, check this out. An agent like Copilot Autofix doesn't just find security problems. It analyzes them, understands the context of your specific code base, and then proposes the fix. And the result? Teams are fixing security issues 3 times faster. That's not a small improvement. That's a massive quantifiable win.
So, that brings up the big question. Where does this leave Azure DevOps? Well, it's taking on a very different but still super powerful role. Instead of trying to be the AI brain itself, ADO is becoming the conductor, the maestro waving the baton, orchestrating everything. It's a master integrator, not the native host.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. Microsoft has been incredibly upfront about this strategy. This is a direct quote from them. They've stated very clearly that those advanced server-side agent capabilities we just saw in GitHub, they are not coming natively to Azure DevOps. This isn't an accident. It's a deliberate design choice.
So how do you get AI help when your code lives in an Azure repo?
The power comes through client-side extensions, right inside your code editor like VS Code. The intelligence is on your machine, not on the server. And as you can probably guess, that comes with some pretty important limitations.
So what does this mean day to day? Well, the AI is a fantastic question and answer tool. It can explain a block of code to you for sure, but it can't plan and execute complex changes across a dozen files like Copilot Workspace can. And here's the other big catch. All that intelligence is locked away inside your IDE. Your project manager or another developer looking at the repo on the web, they can't see it or use it. It's invisible. But hold on, what about the millions of us who are deeply invested in Azure DevOps? Microsoft knows this, and they are definitely not leaving those teams behind. They've built something really clever, a hybrid bridge that lets Azure DevOps tap directly into GitHub's AI brain.
Here's how this hybrid workflow actually works, and it's pretty slick. You start in Azure Boards, create a work item, just like you always have. But right from that work item, a developer can click a button that wakes up the GitHub Copilot agent. That agent then reads the requirements from Azure Boards, hops over to your code in a connected GitHub repo, does all its planning and coding, and then automatically creates a pull request, linking it right back to the original work item in ADO. It's seamless.
And in this hybrid model, the roles become perfectly clear. Azure DevOps is your command and control layer. It's where you do all your high-level project management, planning, and pipelines. And then GitHub becomes the intelligent execution layer, where the AI agents actually live, think, and write the code. It's the best of both worlds.
And this table really just puts it all in black and white. When you look at these high-value agentic AI features, things like Workspace, the coding agents, Autofix, repo-wide chat that works on the web, they are all native to the GitHub Enterprise platform. By design, the AI you get with Azure DevOps is more limited, living primarily inside the developer's IDE.
So at the end of the day, it all boils down to this one provocative question you should be asking your own team. Are you looking for an AI assistant that just helps you type a little bit faster? Or are you looking for a true AI colleague that helps you think better, plan smarter, and solve much bigger problems? That's the real choice at the heart of this great AI divide.